I want to share a couple of insights I got years ago from a beloved and now departed friend, Jim Maddock, a master therapist, master supervisor. He used to say that everything we do in therapy is either pacing or leading. You can divide everything we do into one of those categories, one of those buckets. So pacing is when we're tracking with people, we're exploring with them, we're showing empathy to them, we're walking alongside them, helping them kind of open up some things. Leading is when we take a step out ahead of them and invite them or challenge them to take that step with us, okay? We're pushing a bit, and sometimes pushing more than a bit. Pacing and leading. And the art of therapy is when to pace, when to lead, and how to do both. Now, with couples therapy, you got two people plus their relationship. So you can be pacing with one individual or the other, or with them as a couple. You can be leading. You can be leading, and leading might be putting in a big insight. It might be getting them to do an enactment. It may be really challenging. So that don't lead. You could do it with one person, you could do it with the other, or you could do it with both. So that's some of the complications, which I find quite fascinating. So if you think about all the options at any one time, you're going to pace with somebody, you're going to lead, you're going to pace with both, you're going to lead, all of that. So here's insight number two, brilliant insight, Jim Maddock, number two. And that is about mistakes. What's a mistake in therapy by the therapist? And Jim said a mistake is when there's a reaction, a response from the client where they're distressed, something goes off that we did not anticipate. So if I am going to challenge somebody in a session, I did this recently, for once again mind reading their partner, that was something I had to do, I couldn't let it get by, and I anticipated I was going to get a response of, you keep interrupting me, you don't let me finish, okay? This is part of the therapy now. We have to deal with this. This is in their relationship. This is part of the therapeutic system. I did the lead. I was not surprised by the pushback. Not a mistake. Even if that session kind of, maybe we didn't quite do all the repair. I mean, maybe it was at the end, but so it doesn't have to look pretty. But a mistake is when I'm surprised, when something goes south and I go, oh boy. So here would be an example, and I've done this. Ask a couple to turn to each other to share something. I thought they were ready. I thought things were soft enough, or I thought spouse A had absorbed what spouse B had said. And so I said, so could you, summarize back? And they took off in a whole different direction. Spouse B got really upset and blah, 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 blah. That was on me. That was my mistake, because I had them do something they were not ready to do. Now, that doesn't mean I'm a bad therapist, but what it tells me is I don't blame them for it. In fact, with a couple, this was 10 or 12 years ago, and I don't remember the exact circumstances and the issue, but I had the husband offer something to the wife that she took really bad. And things kind of unraveled, and we sort of pulled it together. And she said, what about what he said earlier? And I said, that was on me. That was my mistake. That was my mistake. I set that up, and I said, Joe, you were not in a place where you could give her what she needed, and that was on me. And they went, oh, okay. And that's like your doctor saying you had this side effect that the doctor did not anticipate or did not tell you about. Didn't realize you were on this other medicine and they were going to interact. Something happened. And a good doctor will say, that was on me. Okay? That's not an indicator of your overall health or illness. That was my mistake. So pacing and leading, thinking about this as something we're always doing, and figuring out the balance, and then knowing what's a mistake and what is just tough stuff in therapy. Two wonderful insights from Jim Maddock.